The 2017 Buick LaCrosse. What you are looking at is Buick's completely redesigned flagship for 2017, but what I want to know, is it better than the model that it succeeds? I'm Jay, and welcome to this latest episode of Car Buzz Unboxing Reviews, and I want to thank Woodland Motors for letting us come on down and film today. So yes, this is the third generation LaCrosse. It's new, like I said, for 2017. The first generation LaCrosse debuted back in 2004, and like its predecessors, this one, it's still built on a front-wheel drive platform, except this platform is brand new, and it's shared with the also new Chevrolet Impala. Now, at the moment, Buick does not make a big rear-wheel drive flagship sedan. If you want something rear-wheel drive, luxurious, and big, you're going to have to go over to the next Cadillac dealership instead. But I think that's okay, because Buick is really onto something. It's sort of found itself in the wake of GM's bankruptcy as being like a premium brand, but not all-out luxury. In fact, I think Buick's probably its main competitor these days in many ways is Acura, and in this car's case, the Acura RLX, and maybe even the Toyota Avalon. But I'll get to competitors later on. Now, the car's overall exterior styling, which again I'll also go into greater detail in just a few more minutes, I really like it. And if you were to compare this LaCrosse side by side to the also new Impala, you're going to see a lot of similarities. The dimensions are very similar, which makes sense considering same Epsilon 2 platform from GM. But once you step inside, the differences between the Impala and the LaCrosse become a lot more noticeable. Well, like I said, this is a full-size sedan. It's big, it's large. You got to think of this as more of a cruiser. It is not in any way a sports sedan. Now, this one has a light neutral with dark brown accents interior. It's all leather. And just like with any new GM product today, the overall quality has really improved compared to old GM when they were using the, I don't know, I think it was really sort of cheap leather and hard touch plastics throughout. Just, it was very disappointing. But you have these 8-way power driver and front passenger seats with 4-way lumbar and massage control. There's also a heated steering wheel. Now, on the face of it, this all looks really, really nice. What I also like is the Bose 11-speaker audio surround sound system. That's part of the $1,145 Sights and Sound package, which also includes navigation. Yeah, they actually call it the Sights and Sounds package, which makes complete sense. And of course, because this is a full-size large sedan, you're going to get a big rear seat. This is one of the reasons why people like these big sedans. They need a lot of space in the back. Do you want to get 3 people back there? You can. It is much more comfortable to get 3 full-size adults in the back of this car as opposed to, say, I don't know, a Buick Regal, which is one step down from this in terms of overall size and packaging. But once you step inside, you're going to see that this dashboard design is quite nice. You have your start-stop button right there. And yeah, I like this design because it's simple, it's elegant, but the more I sat in it, the more I started to find a few issues with it. I'll get to that in a moment, but here you have this 8-inch screen featuring Buick's IntelliLink system. I like this steering wheel. It's perfectly sized for this car as well. Okay, right, here it is. You have the Buick IntelliLink radio. It's got Bluetooth streaming, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto capability, 2 very important things pretty much every new car should have today. This car also has wireless charging, XM radio, OnStar 4G LTE with an automatic crash response, navigation, and more, as well as active noise cancellation. Now, I like Buick's IntelliLink system here. I talked about it previously on the current Regal and the new Envision as well, and I think the color contrast here, as you can see, they're excellent. Overall, the system is very intuitive and it's not at all hard to figure out. And below the screen there, you can see the controls for the dual zone automatic climate control. Again, dual zone automatic climate control, that's becoming more and more standard on mainstream cars today. You're starting to see cars with, for example, tri and quad zone control. So for that, the rear seat passengers can also control the temperature as well. But this car just has standard vents coming out from behind of the center console for the rear seat occupants. Now, as I was saying, this dash design, yes, it's nice. What I like about this part of it that you see here is that it's very accessible to the driver. It's not a very long reach. But you see that center console here? It's just up too high. And the gear lever here, it just kind of, because the console is too high, the gear lever itself was too high. What I think would have worked better here is sort of a rotary dial for the transmission selection settings, just kind of like you get on the Chrysler 200 and the new Lincoln models as well. Again, a rotary dial for the transmission I think would have worked better here just to free up center console space. But because the center console is kind of high, it just sort of feels like the driver and the front seat passenger sort of closed in a little bit. Now, that might work for some people. For others, it may not. It's all personal preference and also depends on your height. I think for shorter drivers, even with the 8-way power driver's seat, having that taller center console might make things a little uncomfortable. Yes, part of the sun and shade package. You have this power sunroof. Very nice dual panoramic sunroof right there. Sun and shade package, $1,550. You also have a power rear sunshade with that too. So yeah, the name is exactly what the package is. Perfect name describes it ideally. Now start looking at the exterior during these various shots, and you're going to notice some really nice styling traits, kind of like that swoosh going right through the door handles, both front and rear. And take a look at the driver information cluster there. You have another 8-inch screen with all the basic driver information. Again, the colors here are just fantastic. And I'm glad that General Motors and Buick, for that matter, went with a larger, like 8-inch screen here as well in the driver's cluster, as opposed to going with just a smaller screen that, I just don't like those. And I think as a Buick, it should be getting something more upgraded. This is the head-up display. Now, if anyone remembers the earlier head-up displays, like in the older Corvettes, they just didn't look as good. Take a look at that. So much better today. You have your tilt and telescopic steering as well. So, yeah, you can get the best seating position possible, but again, I do have a sort of a problem with that center console. It's just too high, in my opinion. Now, let's talk safety here. Now, one of the things that Buick was really quick to tell us is that this car comes standard with 10 airbags. Other features include a rear view camera, ultrasonic rear park assist, forward collision alert, rear cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, lane change alert with blind zone alert as well. Now this car is also equipped with a $1,690 driver confidence package that includes adaptive cruise control, automatic parking assistance, front automatic braking, and front pedestrian protection. Now just so that you know, this is the premium trim level. There's the base, preferred, essence, and premium. So this one right here is top of the line. Now let's check out this rear seat, because again, I know a lot of people like these size cars because it's really roomy out back, and yeah, that's exactly what it is here. The overall quality of the leather, like I mentioned earlier, is very, very nice. You have a 110 volt power outlet there as well. Ah, yeah, there you go. Notice just the basic vents there. There's no tri-zone automatic climate control. That'd be one thing I think Buick really should have considered putting in the new LaCrosse, considering it's its flagship sedan. That would make sense. Power trunk, and of course, with a full-size large sedan, you're gonna get a big trunk. Yeah, a total of 15 cubic feet. And of course, the rear seats fold flat 60/40 for even more space. Now, it's funny because a lot of buyers today, they're starting to cut back on sedan sales. What are they buying instead? Crossovers, which are basically vehicles built on a sedan front-wheel drive platform. They're raised up a few inches, and they have a body that's designed to look like an SUV. But at its heart, at its mechanical heart, it is a sedan. And, well, Buick does offer 3 crossovers today. So, like I said, it's very interesting to see Buick's numbers, sales numbers, that how much their buyers are going for crossovers, too. So, under the hood, what do we got here? 3.6 liter V6 with 310 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque. Power is sent to the front wheels through an 8-speed automatic. If you want all-wheel drive, no problem. Costs an extra $3,000 and is only available on the top trim premium model that you see here, but this particular one is front-wheel drive. Now, this is the only engine offered, at least for now. But let's give it a listen. Okay, performance. How about 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.9 seconds? Top speed, it's about 145 miles per hour. Again, this is not a sports sedan. It is a large cruiser. And speaking of which, how does it drive? Well, first thing I want to say is that the engine start-stop system, which is standard, it's an excellent system. It's barely noticeable, but it can't be turned off, which is kind of a shame. The overall ride is very well composed with minimal body roll. Now, you can get optional 20-inch wheels. This one here has the standard 18-inch ultra bright machine aluminum wheels. The 20-inch wheels are part of an extra package. But the 18-inch wheels, I think more people are going to prefer these. Why? Because it gives the LaCrosse just a softer ride. When you go up to the larger 20-inch wheels, it makes it feel a little more sporty. But I don't think that's in this car's nature. And those 20-inch wheels are part of the dynamic drive package, which costs an extra $1,625. And you also get adaptive dampers and an improved front suspension to help tone down some of the torque steer. So what's some of the competition? Well, you have the Nissan Maxima, which I recently did a review of as well. You got the Kia Cadenza and its South Korean brand cousin, the Hyundai Azera. As I already mentioned, the Toyota Avalon, the Ford Taurus, the Lexus ES 350, and of course this car's own corporate twin, the Chevrolet Impala. And take a look at this exterior. Like I said, notice those swoosh lines, those character lines going right across the sides there. It's very, very nice. And if you notice up front, this now features that winged waterfall grille. It's very, very nice. In fact, some of this overall exterior styling was partially inspired by that really gorgeous Avenir concept that was first shown at the Detroit Auto Show just a couple of years ago. But of course, that concept was rear-wheel drive, and this is front-wheel drive. So pricing, base price is $32,990. The premium trim, top trim, starts at $41,065. Now, our car had $4,385 worth of options, plus the $925 destination fee. Grand total here is $46,375. Kind of expensive, but I think that's actually not a bad price considering the competition, and it's pretty well in line, even though it is a couple of $1,000s more. However, if you were to get, say, the $3,000 all-wheel drive system combined with the dynamic drive package, you're going to push this car's sticker price to above $50,000. And I think that is too much money. But then again, is the Chevrolet Impala, this car's corporate cousin, the better overall value? Perhaps. If you really want a Buick, go for the LaCrosse. I understand why. I really like the styling. But if you're looking for just as much value as you can get in a large full-size sedan, consider the Impala. And I also really like the Toyota Avalon as well. So what do I like here? Well, it's got a great V6 engine. The fuel economy is also quite good, which is 21 miles per gallon in the city, 31 on the highway, and a combined 25. The car weighs just over 3,700 pounds. Now, what don't I like? Well, like I said, the dashboard dimensions, they're just a bit off. That center console is just too high, and thus it creates an awkward seating position, in my opinion. And fully loaded, this car is pretty expensive compared to other large sedans in this segment. And at that price point, around $50,000, maybe you want to even opt for something rear-wheel drive, such as the new Genesis G80. That's an entirely different car right there. But I'm out of time for today, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any more questions for me, just leave them in the comments section below. Any suggestions for future unboxing reviews, also leave those in the comments section. And be sure to check out my next unboxing video. So until then, I'll see you all next time, and thanks again for watching.